Здорово, пацаны, девчонки, с вами я, Креатив Мэн, и сегодня у нас, как его там, реакция вот, на могут ли геймеры выжить в Mirror's Edge. Это типа паркур. Mirror's Edge. Поставьте лайк, если знаете эту игру. The Game Террористы называется канал. Поехали. YouTube Red. Ну, вы сами починайте, у меня просто сложно. Так что хлюпаю носом.
For the last 5 years, I've made a name for myself overanalyzing video games using real-world science and math. But now I'm taking it to the next level by throwing some of the world's most popular gamers into the scenarios we play through every day. Will the games stack up to reality? And are gamers as good in real life as they are on screen? Welcome to Game Lab. We're here at the Tempest Free Running Academy in Chatsworth, California, to learn a little bit more about parkour, so we can explore the world of Mirror's Edge. See that guy behind me? Yeah, that's not going to be me by the end of the day. Spoiler alert, I know that's what you were expecting, but I make YouTube videos for a living, so what do you expect? Mirror's Edge was a breath of fresh air for the gaming industry when it was first released by EA in 2008. At that
2008 год, это моя дата рождения.
time, the gaming scene was dominated by gritty war games that put you in the perspective of super soldiers gunning down the enemy. But Mirror's Edge was different. Bright and colorful, and with an emphasis not on shooting the enemy, but avoiding them by running. Or more specifically, free running. In the game, you play as Faith Connors, a parkour expert working against an oppressive government, leaping from rooftop to rooftop, delivering information to the resistance like the most intense UPS carrier ever. And with a sequel just released, Mirror's Edge Catalyst, I figured now was the perfect time for us gamers to learn the parkour moves seen in the game, taking, quite literally, a leap of faith. So that's a little bit about Mirror's Edge, but I can't be expected to fail at parkour all on my own. Lucky for me, I have a couple friends who are along for the ride, and I asked them to introduce themselves in a very special way. Cue the dance break!
Мари, атомная Мари, Такахаши. Брайан, летучая рыба. Тише. Завардезон.
Hey guys, getting all limbered up.
Getting there, getting all warmed up.
You feeling good?
I gotta get real limber for this.
Can I also point out the fact that like you guys look so professional, and then us we look like we came in our pajamas. I kid you not, these are my windbreaker pants from middle school. They're like, okay, bring athletic clothing that you guys work out in all the time. I'm like, yep, middle school pants.
Have you broke lots of wind in those?
I'm sure I have over the years. No shame, lots of wind has been broken. Ready to do some hardcore parkour?
Yeah.
Parkour! Parkour! Ready? 1, 2, 3, parkour! 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 Great.
1, 2, 3.
We're back.
Like the graceful gazelle. Not too shabby. By the end of the day, we'll be able to do that, right?
Нет.
God, no.
Set your expectations low, ladies and gentlemen. Guys, I'd like to introduce you to Victor, co-founder of Tempest Free Running
Victor,
Academy.
Nice to meet you guys.
I like the bow there. That's very
I'm the only one that didn't bow, and I should have bowed.
Возьми
It was a light
патрон.
bow.
In the world of parkour, one bow.
He's the master of parkour.
Сенсей
Hey,
паркур.
So, how long have you been doing this for? About 10 years, I think, right?
10 years.
10 лет?
Awesome. Well, what do you have in store for us today?
Vaulting, running, jumping, climbing, bruises, you know.
A lot of bruises.
Shin splints.
Отлично.
Awesome. Injuries.
Классный травм.
Way to warm it
We've
up.
been training our whole lives for this.
Right? So, you want to show us around?
Yeah, come this way, guys. We'll get started.
Cool. Yeah, here we go. This is me.
Вот такой
This is my
я,
life today.
такая нынче.
All right, guys. As you can see, we're on this nice cushion spring floor. Hope you guys like it. Obviously for your safety.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Flitz definitely likes it.
I'm a baby deer.
Молодой олень.
One of the questions I got for you
Хотя
is,
немного похож на
in
оленя.
Mirror's Edge, right,
Second.
there's a lot of landing going on, you're jumping off of high buildings, you're doing a lot of rolls and dive rolls, things like that. Is that true to life, or how's that work?
Very true. It's all about good technique. With Faith jumping off of a 20-foot building onto the concrete, when she lands, she's obviously absorbing one with her legs. Her chest is up. She's taking the impact on her legs and actually
Ничего
absorbing
себе.
through her whole body by then dispersing it with a roll at the very end, which is actually a PK
Отлично,
roll. And that's actually one of the first
просто.
moves I kind of wanted to show you guys.
I think Flitz, our young deer here,
Okay, all you're gonna do is squat down, make a triangle. So you're gonna put your triangle down in front of your left foot. Left foot. Put your chin on the outside of your shoulder. Instead with my forehead leading, I'm gonna lead with my shoulder. Shoulder. Yes.
six little landings, too.
Shoulder. Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh
my God.
wow, I wasn't expecting to do a pose, but it just kind of happened.
There's nothing.
А у меня получилось, кстати. Работает. Хорошо работает. Я тоже так же сделал.
Like the platoon.
Кстати, хорошо довольно. Там они позировали. Вот это как-то не
That's
особо.
watching. Bam.
That's good.
We got that mastered, right?
Yeah,
masters,
check it out.
yeah.
Check that out.
Я
Sit down,
хрим,
hold on.
потому
That's the
что я
easiest move of
тоже
the day.
делаю это.
Relax.
Так
Don't get too excited, Jesus.
Hey, we have to celebrate what little victories we have today, okay?
First of all, I'm going to teach you. We're going to do it on the floor first because it's nice and safe.
Yep.
It's called safety ball. So put your hand on the red line. Easy enough, right?
Yep.
Put your left foot on the line as well, making sort of a tripod.
Like Twister.
And balance.
Oh.
Just balance on your arm, please. You lift your back foot in the air. But carrying your weight on your arm, though, and swing your foot through it, just like this.
It's like Pilates.
Easy enough, right?
Or like
You just do
yoga.
this? Yes.
fabulous.
And jazz hands. Just make sure you have like some jazz hands.
Oh,
when you're
great.
doing it. Yeah, okay.
Everything's made better with jazz
Я не
hands.
знаю, зачем-то то же
All right, you
самое
guys ready to actually
тоже
try to
хотел
lick my
сделать.
now?
Wait, that was a thing?
Now it gets serious,
Now
right?
it's serious. So you guys want to start down here. So coming at you at speed this time.
Yep.
1, 2, 3.
That's not too bad.
Всё
Easy.
легко.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Oh, God.
Раз, два, три. Сдвинула блок.
But it would have been perfect otherwise.
Oh, God. Yeah. Oh.
Молодой олень хорошо сделал.
Yes.
Yes.
You didn't move the block like me.
Why are you turning red?
Because I'm not good at this.
You are good. Now I'm about
Okay.
to blow you out of the water.
Yeah.
Confidence.
There we go.
Хорошо сделал.
Okay, so the next one we teach is called speed vault, and the reason why it's called speed vault, it's probably our fastest way over an obstacle without actually having to hurdle it.
Он так 3-2 секунды летел.
You got sideways.
Как? Он даже не коснулся
He's
ничего.
in the air like this for like 3 seconds before he finally touches the thing.
It's like that thing in the video games where they're able to adjust their position in midair, and you're like, physically, that's not possible.
Yeah, no, the
But he
physics of
just
that
did that.
didn't work at all.
What?
You're gonna run as fast as you can.
Yes.
Putting your hand down, just pretend it's like a kickstand. Lean on your arm. However much you lean, the more stylish it is, but at the same time, you have to push yourself up.
Go get him.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey, okay, that was really
Do
smooth.
or do not, there is no try. Ready, set, go. Oh, God damn.
Она обошла его.
Yeah,
What happened?
no.
Обошла.
We saw. You cheated. No.
We didn't go.
No.
Did we go around it?
Through the middle. Yeah.
Ольга. Да, вот. Доказательство.
That seemed like the quickest route for me. That's all.
No, but
I'm
Wow,
just saying.
touche.
Похлопаем.
Kind of cheating right now because
Ошила
we're trying to
просто.
teach you.
Okay, one hand. Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Not the thing I was,
That was
going
adorable.
for.
No, that sucked.
Yeah. Oh,
Я тоже так могу. Я тоже все так
That
могут.
was pretty sideways. That was good, right?
Я
I gotta show
красивее
off
могу сделать.
periodically.
Красивее.
I think you got some style
I just ruined
points.
all the cool points that I just earned.
So the next one we're going to do is called dash fall.
Дэшволд. Ничего себе, прикольно.
Jumping on one leg and putting your hands down and popping off.
Стоп, что?
What we're going to do is called dash fall.
Дэшволд.
Jumping Grab one leg.
Опираешься на руки.
Clean your hands down
И
and pop it
спрыгиваешь.
off. Oh, okay.
Не коснуйся,
Hurdle.
как через барьер.
Yeah.
Молодой олень хорошо сделал.
Body move. Okay, here we go.
Нет, что-то плохо. Да.
We're waiting for the biff. And here's the takeoff.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Here we go.
Хорошо сделал, только не так красиво.
That was the best one.
Лучше всех.
All right, you guys.
Бег по
Having
стене.
mastered the vault,
That happened.
time to defy gravity and walk on walls. So how do you know what moves to use
У меня
when?
получится?
One of the most awesome things about parkour, it's all about your environment. That is what dictates what I actually do.
In the game, Faith does a lot of like lateral
Yeah.
wall
Okay.
walks, and it's like 3 or 4 steps at a time. Like, is that possible? Are you defying gravity, or is it like all in the grip of your shoes?
This wall,
Yes.
this is actually kind of slanted, like a wedge. If you kind of look at it, so it makes it a little bit easier for, especially for new students learning how to do parkour.
О май гад, я тоже так хочу сделать.
Sorry, what?
All right, go ahead, Brian.
Не.
Nailed it.
Okay.
Need stick 'em. Flint's, go for it, buddy.
Красиво. Еще в конце сделал красиво.
Go.
Неплохо.
Nope.
Как мемчик
And
вспомнил.
she's out. Here we go.
All right, you got this.
Oh, God.
Хорошо сделал, хорошо. Но молодой олень еще лучше. Тут почему-то.
So you've shown us the vaulting. We've gotten a little familiar with wall running. Last big move I think we have to cover is just general balance.
Yeah, let's do it. So right this way, guys.
It's over there? All right.
Okay, so like you said earlier, in the game Mirror's Edge, Faith thrives on beams and tiny walls and ledges,
Yeah.
and that is kind of what we have here.
So
Oh.
how many steps ahead are you thinking when you're
Я помню.
parkouring your way through like a city course?
Oh.
Is it kind of like one at a time, or are you thinking like, okay, you're thinking 3 steps ahead, going to the bar, to the other bar, and then I'm gonna leap and jump?
When you go to your environment, you're like already picking your line.
Uh-huh.
Like, I'm gonna go here to here to here. Okay, I'm just gonna do it.
Okay.
I'm dead! I'm dead! Wait! Quarter! Extra life! Extra life! Everything's tingling.
Nope. Nope.
Не-не-не-не-не.
Nope. So, other questions, Senpai. Should I be looking at the bar or at where I'm going?
Where you're going?
Where I'm going, okay.
Oh.
And believe in myself.
Believe in yourself.
Делайте еще дальше.
And now, no.
No.
So how you feel? Good? Yeah. Senpai here has designed a little challenge for us.
What?
That's gonna put to the test literally every single skill that we've learned today.
You're trying to kill us!
That's like extreme hardcore parkour.
Well, welcome to the show!
Ничего себе.
So, how do we look?
By you
Вон я
asking
за
that question, I'm
кого-нибудь
assuming you have
окажусь.
not looked in the mirror.
Oh,
Теле. Я бы
so we look
поделала
like
это.
futuristic, like hardcore experts?
I feel like
Costumes give us the power of parkour.
Yeah, if you're doing parkour in a movie or a video game, sure.
Okay,
Oh,
perfect.
yeah, there it
that's
is.
what we're doing.
Achievement unlocked. I believe you have a challenge set up for us today.
Utilizing all of your parkour skills that you learned in 10 minutes.
Most
Amazing
So
obstacle
prepared.
course that I could come up with.
Wow.
With a very limited budget. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay, let's do it.
To the balance challenge.
To the balance challenge.
Равновесие.
Oh, I feel like Rocky.
All right, guys, for the first balance challenge. So you're gonna be starting at the starting mark. When you are ready, when the minute you progress forward onto the rail, time will start. You will make your way as fast as you can, all the way to the end mark, which is this blue buzzard. You guys ready for this?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
You can do it. Be the lead.
It's only, you're like, you don't need them.
The first step's the worst, right?
It's like jumping double dutch.
Oh,
Oh, he's up. Time started.
Your time started.
Oh, Look at him. Oh my gosh, he's going no problem.
Хорошо идет даже.
so fresh on
Да,
Yeah,
хорошо.
parkour.
Yeah, oh my
Oh,
gosh.
nice, Brian.
With the flow, bro.
Get it.
И поставь его.
Oh, well done.
Nice.
Oh, he's up.
Done.
You got it, man. You got it.
With steps to stops and steps
You
and
got it.
starts to stops.
Nice.
Okay, here we go. Better, right? Farts.
Farts.
Быстро. Даже хорошо делал. Хорошо делает, быстро.
Wow, that was terrifying.
That was so scary.
Flippy shoes on. All right.
Slippy toad.
Душевно.
Use that ballet training.
World champion ballet technique.
Oh, yeah, you got it.
Oh, that ninja cross
Look at
step
it.
is
She
doing
is
it.
solid as a rock.
Oh, she has way too much faith.
Man, that is so scary.
All right, you guys ready for the next challenge?
Challenge
number 2, the
Let's
Great Wall
Okay, that's why you flow.
Там по-любому есть
there he goes.
по стене проходить.
Watch out for the pigeon.
Oh, Jesus.
There's a pigeon.
That right there is challenge number 2.
I don't know how this is all going to turn out on camera, but my heart is racing. This is so much more intimidating and harder than you expect it to be. It looks like all fun and games, but when you're like promising to land on concrete and running head first into brick walls, it's scary. So I don't know if it's translating to the camera, but just so you know, like, look, my hand is like shaking.
Stop stalling and go.
Be quiet, Brian. Let's do this. All right, here we go. Woo! Woo! Yeah!
Хорошо сделал, пошло хорошо очень.
Hardcore parkour.
Если кликнуть орущий ястреб, вот как надо.
There it is. Style points. That was awesome.
Тоже хорошо делал. Тыш, 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 тыш.
That was some improv right there.
Blackfish.
Рыба, фишмен. Орущая рыба.
That was awesome.
Oh my God.
So I believe if we're keeping count, that's 2 challenges down, but there's 1 left.
One left. You guys ready for the third one?
Yeah, because that one
Get
was
excited. Let's
stressful.
go. Adrenaline. This way.
Oh my God.
Okay, starting with the first barricade, you're going over or under. Then you're going to approach some blue barrels. You have to vault over the blue barrels. Then you're going to come up to the caution tape. Caution tape, you have to do a dive roll. Over the blue barrels over here.
It's also worth mentioning you haven't taught us a dive roll yet. Like this, you're just kind of throwing in stuff. At
Hey,
this point.
that's the way it goes.
That's how much faith he has in us. How much faith.
Because I'm faith.
Last but not least, you hit the last barricade. Over or under, running up the steps. And then there is a table with a buzzer on top. Hit the buzzer. Fastest one obviously wins. And by the way, the kicker,
За ними будут гнаться охранники?
you're going to have 2 guards chasing you.
Oh,
А, я угадал.
Wait, those guys?
no. Oh my God.
Yes, those guys. Got this.
Here you go. You got it. You got it. Go.
You got it, you got it. You got it, you got it, you got it, you got it. Yeah, go, 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 go. Go. Oh, no.
Oh man, that was close.
Oh my
Сейчас
God.
59.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
А 60 секунд где-то, наверное.
Oh, piece of cake.
9, 5,
Okay.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11,
Big steps.
Let's go, baby. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Nice. Let's go.
Let's go.
Oh, beautiful.
секунд. 17 секунд.
We didn't learn that.
You got it. Let's go. Go, go. Let's go.
Лучше всех. Хорошо, красиво сделал.
All right,
right, Senpai. Tell us how we did. Okay, so the good news. In terms of technique-wise, you guys did fairly well. Fairly well! All right, the results. In last place, you got 38 seconds.
All right.
In third place, with 32 seconds, Brian.
Wow.
Oh, flying fish.
Wow.
Flying fish.
Like this.
Second place, Flitz, 30 seconds.
Вот 5 секунд он.
What is your feelings toward parkour now, having done it?
Every single thing that I did petrified me, and I'm gonna take away that you just give it your all and you just go for it.
Before almost every event,
Yeah.
I was terrified. There was a huge improv element. You just kind of have to do it, and it was really empowering to just like block off the sensors telling me not to do it and just go for it.
Yeah.
I learned a lot about what I need to practice. If I'm going to do it, it's a lot of practice and doing it over and over again so I know where my feet are going to go when I land. And whether I know the course or not, my body knows where it needs to be.
So I guess for me, as we wrap up Mirror's Edge, there are a couple takeaways here. First and foremost is momentum. In the game, Faith is constantly moving forward to avoid security guards, to leap between buildings, things like that. And what we've seen here over the course of today is that that's true to life. Parkour is very much about taking one move and connecting it to the next and conserving that momentum. So, that being said, the game is very true to life in terms of that. The flying fish himself brought it up best. There's a huge improv element to it, right? So in the game, yes, there are certain like highlighted items that you want to kind of leap between, but all in all, you're improving your way through this environment. There are multiple paths that you can go. Some are faster, some are slower. I think we all experienced it, where in that final course, you don't know what leg you're gonna be ending up on, whether you're gonna have to take your non-dominant hand or your dominant hand to leap over things. It's just one of those things that your body has to respond accordingly. In the words of Shia LaBeouf, just do it. Just do it. And finally, safety is probably the biggest part of this whole thing, right? It's easy to look at parkour videos online or look at Mirror's Edge and think, oh yeah, this is easy. I'm gonna jump between buildings. Look at them running along the ledge of a tall building and looking all cool and badass. And yet, when you're put into that position, it is terrifying because there is concrete down there. Just do it. Actual parkour experts like Senpai here have trained for years. For as impressive as it is to just watch and see the beauty of these movements, in real life, knowing the danger and risk that are inherent in this type of movement just skyrockets your appreciation for that sort of thing.
Very humbling.
Right, it's very humbling, and we have you to thank, sir.
No, thank you.
No, thank you. Thank you, Senpai. Senpai noticed me on 3. 1, 2, 3. Senpai noticed me!
Надеюсь, вам Надеюсь, вам понравилось это видео. Поставьте лайк, подпишитесь на комментарий и разошлите это видео всем своим друзьям и близким. И с вами был Креативмен, и всем пока-пока.